Tyson, your biggest game of the year offensively, 17 points. How are you feeling physically, considering the limited minutes you've played? And then to follow that, all of your points came in the first half. Did Boise change the way they defended you in the second?
I felt really good. To answer your first question, I felt really good. I was ready to play. And second half, I don't think they changed. I think they put a little guard on me. But I feel like our offense was flowing in different directions, and it started spreading out more. A lot of people started making more shots, and I just didn't get that involved in the second half.
Next question to Kevin Reynolds.
Hey, Tyson, I was just wondering if you could kind of talk about the emotional swings of this game and what you kind of saw in the final putback there with the and one for them.
Yeah, it was very back and forth. I felt like at one point we were having a shootout with them, and they wouldn't miss, we wouldn't miss, and then I just felt like at a point in time like we were just gonna blow the game open, but we couldn't get the big man stopped. And then that last shot, he did the little step back on me, shot it. I knew it was off, but I came in to crash late, and the ball got tipped, and it was like a real crazy play for an and one. But I don't know, it was a real emotional game. It was a real fun game. It was a game that I felt like we deserved to win, and I felt like some plays down the stretch didn't give us that opportunity.
Next up, Sam Blum.
Yeah, Tyson, I'm curious, just those first couple minutes, first 10 minutes, really, how would you kind of describe that, and what was kind of said? I think there might have been a timeout. You guys got back into it. What was kind of that first stretch like?
Oh, the first stretch, they was hitting everything. Like, they was hitting fadeaways. They was hitting, so we kind of know like that couldn't last all night. But then it got to a point where I think I made a couple shots. Will made some shots. I forgot a couple other people hit some shots towards the middle of that first half, and we were just like, man, we're gonna have a shootout with them. And then that's really where we left it, and we just started picking up the energy. I mean, we started getting a lot of defensive energy like from our bench, and started rebounding. We started running. We started getting transition points. So we started playing like the basketball that we used to play, and I feel like that's what got us into the game, got us back into the game. Like, we just came together, and we knew we weren't gonna go out like that. We weren't gonna go out like just lay down for them.
Next question to Steve Lansdale.
Tyson, Boise State hit 8 of its first 10 shots from 3 points. And from the outside looking in, it looked a little bit like Georgetown a couple of years ago. Was there ever any point where you sort of felt like no matter what you guys did, this wasn't going to be your night? And then how surprised were you that you were able to muster the comeback and at one point even take a lead late?
No, actually, we said that at halftime. We was like, bro, this game reminds us of the Georgetown game. But, no, I didn't feel like they could make shots all night. I mean, I watched a couple games of them, and I looked at, like, our scouting report, and I looked at the numbers, the shooting numbers and percentages, and I didn't believe that they could hit shots the way they hit them all night. But, I mean, they just kept going. They just kept hitting shots, kept making big plays. And then their big man started cleaning up for them. So then it was kind of difficult on us, because when their guards and wings, as big as they are, hitting shots the way they are, and they got a big bull in there like he is, rebounding, trying to clean up everything that they're shooting, and the ones that they're not making, he getting the rebound. It's kind of hard to guard it. It's kind of like you got to pick your poison, and we couldn't really get neither one contained for the whole. For a while, for a good stretch, so we could break it open.
Next question, back to Sam Blum.
Yeah, Tyson, obviously the season's over now. I know that you're technically a senior, I believe, but I remember you kind of speaking earlier on in the year when you were weighing the decision of, wanting to play this year or not, thinking you had kind of a free year here. I mean, what's your plan now? Do you want to come back? Is that your intention?
And my plan right now, I got to go focus on this schoolwork. You know, me and Coach Jank and the coaching staff and my family and everybody, we're gonna have them conversations down the road. But you know, I've been on a long journey to get here to the point where I'm so close to graduating, and I really don't even want to focus on like next year. As far as right now, I want to go make sure my schoolwork and everything is taken care of, and I'm on track and on the right pace to graduate. I'm really trying to. That's a celebration for me this year that I'm really looking forward to, me graduating, and I feel like everything's going to work itself out as far as my decisions, as far as coming back next year or pursuing something else. But as of right now, I'm just focusing on school, and then when me, Jank, and my family and everybody sit down and have that conversation, we'll figure something out.
All right, next question, Steve Lansdale.
Tyson, this was your second game in a row where you had to come back from a big deficit. Did last week's game with Cincinnati serve as sort of a blueprint to know how you could do it tonight, or was it two entirely different approaches to close the gap and come back tonight?
I can't speak for everybody, but last week it was kind of difficult for me because I was limited, fresh off the COVID, so I only had 10 minutes. So I was just trying to make the best out of my 10 minutes, and I really felt like if I would have been out there a little more on the court last week, the outcome would have been different. And I feel like tonight, I mean, they played an unbelievable game. You know, if they played just a normal game, we beat them. If they played, I feel like they played out of their mind, and I feel like even they feel like they played out of their mind with the shots they were making, just everything. I mean, we didn't even play a bad game, honestly. I feel like we played a really good, solid game, like one of the best games, funnest games that I've played in. And I just feel like they made shots. But last week, I feel like we were down on numbers. We hadn't played for a month and a half. Like, I only practiced one day before that game. I think Charles and JC only practiced 2 days before that game. So, I mean, we were all, like, trying to get back in the swing of things. So I feel like if we had a little more time for preparation last week could have went different. But today they just played out of their mind. You got to give them all the credit.
Back to Sam Blum.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off your experience with COVID, I'm curious because I know that Jank and you just kind of described, you know, not really having gotten a chance to play or practice more than, you know, one day maybe. I mean, what was your experience like with COVID? And then just generally, this whole season I know has been obviously a challenging one for you in particular. How would you kind of just describe, you know, the way that this whole year has been?
Man, this year has been I don't even got a word for it right now. It's just been so up and down, like, but I just knew, and our team just knew, and Jake's message to the team was just, we got to keep going. Like, this is just adversity. I mean, in basketball, you go through adversity. In life, you're going through adversity. And basketball teaches you how to go through adversity. And I mean, through the COVID, like we had a good stretch in the beginning of the season where I felt like we were gonna make it through the season. Like, I was watching all these other teams go on pause and everything, and I'm like, yeah, we're pretty good. Like, we had our doctors and everything had a good game plan to basically keep us safe. But then when it hit hard. And my I had COVID 2 times. I had it during the summer, and I just had it about a couple weeks ago. And neither time did I have symptoms. I felt fine the whole time. Most I had was like a headache, so I didn't really get the worst of it as some of my teammates did and coaches. But I felt like COVID really like brought us together as a team because we all knew like you can be here with us today and you can be gone the next. And I feel like that's what everybody was happy to see each other. And I feel like we became closer as a team. Like we became closer to our staff. Like, we had so many different people coaching, like from all the way down from our coaching staff. We had so many people having to step up. Even on the court, we had so many people having to step up and get put out there and get put just through in the fire because that was the situation. And I feel like everybody as a team, as a collective unit, everybody stepped up to the plate and did what they could do and fought through it. And we made it here. Even though we didn't get the result we wanted, I feel like we fought all the way to the end. And I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the coaches. I'm proud of the university for sticking with us and helping us fight through it.